going on, guys? Welcome back. It's your buddy Rob. How are you? I'm so glad that you're here. Of course, as you guys can see today, I do have a wrestling figure to unbox and unveil to you guys. Typically when you guys tune into my channel, it's Funko Pops, it's anime and manga figures. So today's video slightly different, but hopefully still appealing, and hopefully you guys still tune in. So yeah, let's see where this goes. As you guys will see in a minute, I will unbox this bad boy. But this is Hulk Hogan. So Hulkmania, the Hulkster, Terry Bollea. This guy was, the face of wrestling in the 80s. This guy went on to become a pop culture phenomenon, a movie star. I think the first time I ever saw Hulk Hogan, I think it might have been like in a Rocky movie. I think he was in the first Rocky, or was it the second Rocky? I don't know. I forget now. But I think one of the first times I saw him as a child. But when I did get hip to, the WWF, of course, this guy, was all over. He was plastered all over, the media at the time. Not social media, but obviously TV, the news, covered this guy. So this guy was a big deal. This is, I believe, the first Elite Collection figure that I own. I know when it comes to these figures, they're few and far between. I don't get to see them very often. I did pick this up at Walmart in my hometown. So when I go to Walmart, I typically don't have the best of luck. They don't typically carry like anything that I would, find appealing. They do have Funko Pops, they do have Legos and other figures, but nothing that sort of kind of grabs me and says, hey, you know what, I want you to buy me. But when I saw this guy sort of hanging on the peg, I was like, oh shit, I was like, all right, definitely know who Hulk Hogan is. I definitely think this is cool, and I definitely wanted it. So as you guys can see, the box, kind of shows, the Hulkster, flexing his biceps, his 20-inch pythons, I think is what he called them, or is it 21-inch pythons? I don't know, you guys tell me. But yeah, you can kind of see the boa, you can kind of see the shirt, and obviously, a little glam of the Hulkster on the front, and then on the back, we have just a little bio. Kind of just tells you that he's from Venice Beach, California, that he's 6'7", that he weighs 302 pounds, and that his finishing move was the leg drop. So yeah, very cool. And then I think at the bottom it just says, at the 2005 SummerSlam, the power of Hulkamania bounced Shawn Michaels around the ring, proving who really is the greatest icon of all time. So yeah, when it comes to these main events, at these wrestling, events at the WWE, they obviously pit, two of the hottest guys, at the time, and they square off, and like, obviously Hulk Hogan remained, was able to win this match. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, very cool. So when I was a kid in the 80s, this guy was just, insanely popular. He was just as popular as Michael Jordan, just as popular as Muhammad Ali. So yeah, he transcended the entertainment that is wrestling, and just became sort of like a sports figure. So very cool. But I'm gonna take this out of the box and show you guys what this figure came with. So yeah, this guy's stuck in his plastic prison. So I'm gonna take him out of his little plastic prison and show it to you guys. So I like the fact that this came with the dark shades. So very cool, very nice. To make sure that they keep that intact. And then we have a shirt, and on the shirt it says Hulkamania, and then just sort of like a silhouette of his face. On the front you see sort of like the handlebar mustaches and the do-rag on his head. So very cool. Oop, I dropped it. And then if you turn it around, it's sort of ripped in the back. It's very cool. Very nice. And just two sets of hands. So we have hands that sort of open palm, and then another set of hands that's sort of like gripping, or grabbing onto something. So very cool. And then we have a belt that he wears. So So the belt, of course, is in the colors, the Hulkamania colors. So the bright red and the bright yellow. So very cool. It says Hollywood on the front. So yeah, this guy was Hollywood Hogan, you know? He was big time. He was a star. So yeah, I'm gonna take this guy out and hopefully I don't damage it in any way. But yeah, so very cool. I like it. So as you guys can see, you know, the yellow and red color scheme sort of permeates throughout the whole figure. On his do-rag, on the Hulkamania, on the feather boas, on the boots themselves. The boots are really cool too. Sort of got this like sort of flame effect. And if you guys can see, he's got, you know, an image of himself on the side. So very nice. And then, you know, I just noticed now that he's got a knee brace. So I'm guessing, you know, the Hulkster may have had a knee injury at that time. So that's cool. That's a cool little touch. And then, as you guys can see, you know, on the pant legs themselves, sort of like a tie-dye sort of flame effect, I guess, on the pants. And yeah, I like the feather boa. It's very cool. So yeah, what can I say? I mean, you know, when it comes to wrestling, you know, this guy was just the end-all be-all. Definitely not my favorite wrestler in the 80s. To me, it would always be the Ultimate Warrior. I just find him to be way more appealing, way more crazy. But this guy was, you know, wholesome, and you know, they definitely, you know, pushed him to the forefront because, yeah, you know, kids liked him and they looked up to him, and he was massive and ginormous. As all the guys were back in the 80s. You know, they were all roided out and, you know, whatever. They were bigger than life, these guys. But very cool. But yeah, guys, just let me know what you thought of this figure. I'm happy. You know, definitely brings me back to a simpler time in my life. So very cool. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this latest haul, just a mini haul. And just tell me if you have this particular figure. Tell me if you watch wrestling. Watch wrestling. I can't even talk right now. I tend to watch AEW, but I do watch the WWE from time to time on some of their content. So yeah, just let me know, guys. All right. Well, with that being said, I've rambled on long enough. You guys take care. Have a wonderful weekend. It is the Memorial Day weekend. It's the kickoff of the summer. So yeah, hope you guys have a great summer, and I will see you in the next bit. All right, guys, take care. Bye.